A Shalom Israel with the Israelite School Universal of Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General YAHANNA. All right, today we have a Sabbath service here in Austin, Texas. Holding down the Sabbath service is considered a commandment according to the Bible. All Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were reported to go to your nearest zone school and participate and be present during the Sabbath service. All right. With that, we're going to get it started. We're going to call the first reader, Amajim, which means to stand. Present your registry.
Officer Kakamamad, Bon Loya, Bon Yashali.
Kakamamad, Bon Yula.
Ban Salakia. Kakam Ban Loya, Ban Yasharala.
Yahbashim Yashabakdum.
YAHBASHIM YAHSHABAKTA. I got more water. Gotta look.
Yahweh Yashabakta.
La Shal.
La Shalom. Well, with that, we're going to get into the prayers. Go to the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Most likely, everybody saw like for them when you turn to face the east. Yeah, you can uncover this one. Well, we're going to get into the prayer. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Listen, in Hebrew, go ahead.
Abanaw. Shabbat
Shemayim.
Kadash. Hayah.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Alakah.
Lava'ah. Tazakah. Hayah. Asha. Barakah. Hawa. Hayah. Shemayim. Natal Nawah. Waham. Paul. Uwam. Waslaknaw. Wawaknaw. Waslaknaw. Wawaknaw. Wala'ah. Tabayanaw. Say one. A ball. Our shine now. Mayan. Right. Hayah. Akar. Awalakwa. Mahala. Atapara. Awalamin. Aman.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
All right, we're going to get into the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Yahweh Shah. Ma'ikala. Wa'ahim. Mataz Bayah. Alawap Yahanna. Alawapyim. Hasaranium. Hakwatayanium. Hakayoyim. Wa'awapyim. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Wa'aramat.
Lord, Salaki, is this it?
It's the blessings. Probably in the bank.
These in order.
What are we making order in Hebrew? You got that right there.
Blessed be Yahweh, and Yahweh, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it.
All right, this is a power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah.
Baruch Shah.
Datang Nawa.
Nawa.
Akak.
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 La Pa'a.
Lapa'a.
Kwa Makala.
Kamakala.
Wakar Marawa.
Kamarwa.
Akak.
Akak.
Datahor.
Atazar.
Amatazarayan.
Atazarayan.
Akak.
Akak.
La Koyam.
Lakoyam.
Amakim.
Amaki.
Akak.
Akak.
Awakawa.
Awakawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Gabosh.
Nagarosh.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Warama.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
And then Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh.
And then Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you so much. All right, Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahorim.
Ahorim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azoria.
Azari.
Azoria.
Azari.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemaiah.
Shemaiah.
Waratazah.
Waratazah.
Bayathan.
Bayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regal.
Regal.
All Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Shemar.
Smart.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yashan.
Yashan.
Shalmar.
Shalmar.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemar.
Shemar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazar.
Tazar.
Ayat.
Ayat.
Yam Yanka.
Yam.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Korah.
Korah.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Aknapash.
Atnapash.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Waba Wa'ak. Ma'aika. Wa'aida Walam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes
to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
from which was my help.
My help cometh from the Lord,
I help the Lord.
who made heaven and earth.
Made that earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You not suffer to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
he that keepeth Israel shall not slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor by the moon, nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
And thy coming in.
from this time forth
from this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. All right, the Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Ardamayalaka.
Alahayim.
Artakarash.
Al-Hakarash.
Wa Artashakwat.
Al-Tashwat.
Arkayahana.
Al-Kayahana.
Awayabika.
Ayabika.
Yamayawan.
Ayyawan.
Wa Mashinayaka.
Al-Shanayah.
Sha'a Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
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 Ya'awayamu.
Al-Yom.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayawa.
Waiwa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
What's like? Taya Aitazawa.
Ayatazawat.
Altazawapanika.
Al-Tazawayika.
Amarwa.
Amar.
Bakawa.
Bakawa.
Manakakidam.
Manakakidam.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yashal.
Sham Yashal.
Awad.
Awad.
Kaya.
Ayah.
Nawatazawa.
Wa'ataz.
Labikadu.
Labikad.
Ayaka.
Ayakad.
Baya.
Ayah.
Yakara.
Yakara.
Ahoya.
Ahoy.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wagashmaala.
Shad.
Mawa'aba. Wagoya.
Wagor.
Gabor.
Gabor.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Kalashak.
Kalashak.
Amishabi.
Amishabi.
Kalawar.
Kalawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Kalawar.
Imam.
Imam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Shirawat.
Shirawat.
Tabayalawat.
Ayawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Asha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadi.
Madi.
Sayatara'a. Kayabi.
Ayah.
Banakar.
Banakar.
Wayarashwan.
Ayashwan.
Nashimadu.
Nashmadu.
Ba'ayan.
Ayah.
Da'ar.
Ayah.
Ayawa.
Ayah.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
Ayah.
Sayatamu.
Sayatamu.
Nariyabmawa.
Nariyab.
Da'ayb.
Ayah.
Kara.
Ayah.
Wakazaba.
Kazaba. Kazaba.
Wakatazamanai.
Kazaba.
Parnasiyakambu.
Kazaba.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amaru.
Amar.
Na Yarash.
Narayash.
Sanawa.
Narawa.
Ah.
Ah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahayah.
Shayatamu.
Shayatamu.
Gargala.
Gargala.
Quash.
Quash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Raka.
Raka.
Ash.
Ash.
Ba'ira.
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 Waka.
Waka.
Laba.
Laba.
Alahat.
Lahat.
Arya.
Arya.
Khan.
Khan.
Daradapma.
Daradapma.
Arika.
Arika.
Ubaswapaka.
Basapaka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panya.
Panya.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Waibukwashwa.
Waibukwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa. YAHANNA,
In the English, Psalm 83. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
lo,
that enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And so against thy hidden one.
They have said,
they have said,
Come,
Come.
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
they have consulted together with one sin.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites,
of Moab,
of
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Jabal and Ammon,
Jabal
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
I sure also was joy with them.
I saw also join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of life.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Do unto them as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to this,
as to Jabin,
as to the men,
at the brook of Kishon,
as broke thy son,
which perished at Endor.
who perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles as like Oreb,
Make the nobles like a ram,
and like Zeeh.
like hay.
Yea, all their princes as Zebah,
All the princes of God,
and as Almum,
and as Amun,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the sun before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their face with shame,
that they may seek thy name, O
they
Lord.
may seek thy name.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth. Get the curse.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us.
that speak against us.
Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes,
Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers in the school,
the Israelite brothers in the school,
send evils and curses,
send evils and curses,
punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure of the rich
and shake loose the treasure of the rich
of Israel
of Israel.
that refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nations
and the nation
and their drug dealers,
and the drug dealers,
the court
the
system,
courts,
the prison
the
system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
skinheads,
Passakamatazi,
Passakamatazi,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
opened up the internet
open up the internet,
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
the cable access channel,
the cable access channel,
and the radio
the
channel.
radio channel,
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
to bring the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathens
to all the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
try to stop
or
us
try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house
Let the plague hit the house
of the thief
of the thief
and the murderer,
and the murderer,
Let Yahweh
Let YAHANNA,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel,
come down with the flying saucers,
come down with the flying saucers,
punish all the heathen
and punish all the heathen
that come up against us.
that come up against us,
Speak thy word.
and speak thy word,
Cause it to be known
cause to be known
by all
by all
that it is the angels
that is angels
that hath done it.
that has done it,
Cause it to be spread through the media
cause to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world,
Cause them to shake
cause them to shake
at thy coming.
at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Okay, we're gonna Psalm and Psalm. Is it? Everybody can you shouting? We can sit. Boom.
All right, with today's Sabbath service, we're going to be going over Genesis chapter 37, 37 verse 18 through chapter 38 and 30. For the first half, we're going to read it in Hebrew, followed by the English. 25 verses. It's done? All right, let it be for now.
All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 18 in the Hebrew. Why you shab? A thou.
Just 37.
No, 18.
37 and 18.
37, 18. So out here. Why you raw a wa?
Why you raw a wa?
At the wa?
At the wa? Mara kakwa?
No, raw.
Mara karak. Yaba tarum.
What about to gun? About to run?
Wabat tarum.
Wow.
Yakarab. Elahum. Why you not? Why you done? Kalawa. Atayu. Atawa.
Laha
Lahamawaitua.
Laha
Lahamaitua.
19.
Verse 19. Why Amarwa. Ayash. All. Akayawa. Hana. Baal. Hakal. Lawat. Halaza. Ba. Verse 20. Wa'atiwa. Wa'ait. Lakawa.
One Gahawa.
Wanahagarwa.
Wanash Lakahawa.
Wanash. Lakawaya.
Ba Akad.
Ba'akad.
Haba Wawa.
Haba Rawat. Wa'amar Noah. Haya. Raya. Akal Tayawa. Wana Ra.
Second,
Wana Ra'a. Ma.
Yahayawa.
Yahayu.
Hala Matthew.
Halamatiwa. Verse 21.
Also, is what we talking at?
38 and 5.
38.
No, 38 and 6.
Okay. What Ashma?
Wa Ashma.
Rabuban.
Waraban.
Waya Tiza Lahawa.
Waya Tala. Wayama.
Second, Waya Tiza Laham.
Waya Tza.
Laham.
Lahama.
Mayadam.
Mayadam. Wayamor. Lo.
La'a.
La'a.
Nak Noah,
Nakwa,
Napash,
Napash.
verse 32, 22.
Verse 22. Wayamar,
Mm-hmm.
Alahayim,
Alaham,
Alaham, Waraban, Al,
mm-hmm.
Tasha,
Tash,
Dash,
Okawa,
Pakawa, Dam,
mm-hmm.
Halaka,
It's like Hash,
Hash,
Layak, what? Hash Layakwa,
Hashlaikwa,
Atawa,
Atawa, Al, Haba, War,
Habawa,
Haba War,
Haza,
Hazah, Ashor,
Bamadaba,
Bamadabar,
Wayad,
Wayad, Al,
Tash,
Tash,
Lakawa,
Lakwat,
Tash, Lakawa,
Tash,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Bawa,
Bawa,
Lama Ayin,
Lamaayim,
it's like Lama Ayin,
Lamaayim,
Hatazayo,
Hatas Yal,
Atu,
Atwa,
Mayadam,
Mayadam,
Lahayat, Lahash,
Lahash,
Yabawa,
Lahash,
Yabawa,
Yabawa, All,
Abayawa,
Abiwa.
23.
Verse 23.
Wayahaya,
Wayahaya,
Kashor,
Kashor,
Ba,
Ba,
Yawasa,
Yawasa, All,
Akua,
Akwa,
Wayasap,
Wayasap,
Yatwa,
Yatwa, Yawasap, Yatwa, Ath,
Yawasap,
Yawasap, Ath,
Kath, Nathwa,
Kath Natwa,
Kanathwa,
Kanatwa, At,
Kathnath,
Kathnath,
say Kathnath,
Kathnath,
Hapashim,
Hapashim,
Ashur,
Ashor,
Ilayim,
Alayim,
say Ilayua,
Alayu. Verse 24. Wayakwa,
Kahawa,
Kahawa,
Wayash, Lakawa,
Wayash, Lakawa, Atwa, Haba,
Haba
Ra'a,
Wahaba War,
Wahab, Bawar,
Ra,
Rock,
Ayon,
Ayan,
Ban,
Bun,
Sakabawa,
Bawa,
Mayam,
Mayam.
verse 24.
Verse 25.
Wayashabu,
Ayashabwa,
Laakon,
Laaka,
Wakam,
Lakam,
Wayashabu,
Waashwa,
Nayam,
Ayanahum,
Waya Ra'aw,
Waya Ya'aru,
Wahana,
Wahana,
Aka,
Arakat,
Yashama Ilayim,
Yashima Aliyum,
Ba'a,
Ba'a,
Mag, La'aid,
Mag, Alide,
Wagamoyim,
Wagamayum,
Wagamoyim,
Wagamayum,
Nash, Ayam,
Nashayum,
Naka'ath,
Naka,
Watazaraya,
Watazaraya, Walak,
Wala,
Walak,
Walak,
Walat,
Hawalakim,
Hawalakim,
Lahawar,
Lahawar,
Lahawar Yad,
Lahawaryad,
Matazarayim,
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 Matazarayim. Verse 26. Wayamor, Yahawada, All,
Akua,
Ma,
Batazar,
Ba,
Batazar,
Bataza,
Za,
Za,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Naharag,
Naharag,
Akyanawa,
Akanawa,
Wapas, Yanab,
Wakashinawa, Ak,
Damawa,
Damawa. Verse 27. Laka,
Lakwa,
Lakwa,
Wanamak, Wanawa,
Waman, Wanawa. Say that again.
Wanamak,
Wanamak,
Wanawa,
Renawa,
Layashama, Ilayam,
La Ash,
Layash,
La Ash,
Layashama, Ilam,
La Ashma Island,
Waya Denai, Waya Denawa,
Waya Denawa, All
Tahaya,
Tahaya,
Bawa,
Bawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Akia, Akinai, Akia Noah,
Akin Nakua,
Akia Noah, Akinawa,
Akinawa,
Wanawa,
Bash, Nanawa,
Haywa,
Haywa,
Hawa'a,
Hawa'a,
Wayasha, Ma'awa,
Wayash, Ma'awa,
Akiwa,
Akua. Verse 28.
Waya'iwa,
Waya Ibra,
Amna Shayim,
Ayashayim,
Madyanayim,
Madanayim,
Sakarium,
Sakarim,
Mashkawa,
Waya Mashkawa,
Waya'awa,
Waya Aw,
Ah,
Ath, Yawasa,
Man,
Man,
Habawar,
Habawar,
Wayamakbawa,
Waya Makara,
Ah,
Yawasa,
Layasha Ma'ilayim,
La Ashma'ayim,
La'ilayim,
La Ayim,
Ba'ash
Ba'ashwayim,
Rayim,
Ba'ashwayim,
Kasap,
Kasap,
Waya Awa,
Waya Ayubawa, Ath, Yawasa, Mashara,
Mataza Rayim,
Mataza Rayama.
that's what you know.
Verse 29. Wayashab, Ryoban, All, Habawar, Wahana, Ain, Ayan, Yawasap, Baba War, Warakya,
Wayak,
Wayak, Wayak, War, Ath, Bagadawa,
Dayawa,
Badawiwa. Verse 30. Wayashab, All, Akiwa, Wayamor, Ayalad,
Ayanite,
Ayanite,
Ayananawa,
Ayananawa,
Wanaya,
Wayanai, Ana,
Anaya,
Anaya,
Ba,
Ba,
second Ba'a,
Ba'a. Verse 31.
Wayakwakwa,
Wayakwatwa, Ith,
Katana,
Katanat, Yawasa,
Wayashak,
Wayashak,
Sawa,
Sawa,
Tawa,
Tawa,
Shayar,
Shayar,
Isayam,
Azayam,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Bawa,
Bawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Hakatnath,
Hakatanat,
Badam,
Badam. Verse 32.
Wayashar,
Wayashah,
Wayashalakwa,
Wayashalakwa, Ath,
Katana,
Katanat,
Hapashim,
Hapashim,
Wayapaya Awa,
Wayabaitwa,
Wayabaya Awa,
Wayabaya, All, Abaham,
Ayaham,
Abayaham,
Waya Amar Awa,
Waya Amara,
Za'at,
Za'ath,
Mataza Anawa,
Matazahawa,
Hakor,
Hakar,
Na,
Na,
Hakatna,
Hakatanath,
Hakatana,
Hakatanath,
Manaka,
Banaka, Hai,
Hawa'a,
Hawa'a, Aim, Laka,
La'a,
La'a.
33,
Verse 33. Waya,
Yak,
Wayak, Kara,
Wayak, Yura,
Wayak, Kara,
Mhm.
Wayamor,
Mhm.
Katanath,
Mhm.
Banaya,
Mhm.
Haya,
Kaya,
Kaya, Ra'a,
Mhm.
Akala, Akal Tazaha,
Akal Tahawa,
Tahawa,
second, Akal Tahawa,
Akal Tayawa,
Tarak,
Tarak, Yawasa. Verse 34.
Wayaku,
Waikawar, Yaquab,
Shalom, Shamalakiwa,
Shamalakua,
Wayashad,
Wayashad,
second Wayasham,
Wayasham,
Shak,
Shak,
Bamath, Nayawa,
Banatua,
Bamath, Nayawa,
Banak, Nayua,
Waya, Abal,
Wayat, Abal,
Al,
Al,
Banya,
Banayua,
second, Banya,
Banya,
Yamai,
Yamai,
Rabayam,
Rabayam.
35,
Verse 35.
Wayakwam, Waya, Mawa,
Waya Kamawa,
Call,
Call, Banawa,
Banayawa,
Banayua,
Call,
Call,
Banatiwa,
Banatua,
Lana, Kathiwa,
and Katwa,
second, Lana, Lana,
Lakamya,
Lana Kumwa,
Lana Kamwa,
Waya Ma'al, second, Waya Ma'an,
Waya Ma'an,
Lahad, Nakam,
Lahat, Nakam, Waya Mar, Ka,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Arad,
Arad, Al,
Banya,
Banya,
Abal,
Abal,
Shala,
Shala,
Wayabak,
Wayabak,
Athu,
Atwa,
Abayawa,
Abaju.
that's 36,
Verse 36.
Waham, Denayim,
Waham the Ayim,
Denayim,
the Nayim,
Makarwa,
Makawa, Atayu,
Atawa,
Atawa, Al,
Watazarayim,
Watasarayim,
Lapa, okay, Lapawat,
Lapawat,
Yapor,
Yapor,
Saraya, Sarayas,
Sarayas,
Or Aya,
Aya,
Shor,
Shor,
Haba, okay, Hatabak, Yum,
Haptabaku,
Pa,
Pa.
38,
Verse this is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 1 in the Hebrew.
Wayahaya,
Wahaya,
Ba'ai,
Ba'ait,
Hawa'a,
Hawa, Yawa'a,
Wayarad,
Wayarad, Yahawada, Ma'at, Kaya,
Akiwa,
Akiwa, Wayat,
Wayat,
Wayat, Ad, Aish,
Ayash,
Ayash, Ador,
Adar, Lamas,
Lamaya, Washa,
Yashmua,
Yashua, Hara,
Yara,
Kayura. Verse 2. Wayar,
Wayara,
Wayara, Sham,
Mhm.
Yehuda,
Ba.
Bath, Ashua,
Ayash.
Ayash, Kana,
Kanayana.
Kanayana,
Kaya. Kayan.
Kaya,
Kanayan. Kanayanya.
Kanaya,
Washmo.
Washma, Sha,
Shaw.
Shawa,
Shawai.
Shawai,
Wayak. Ka.
Wayaka, Wayaba,
Wayaba.
Wayaba'a,
Allah. Yaha.
Alayaha. Verse 3. Wayatahar,
Mhm.
Wayatalad,
Watala.
Watalad, Ban,
Mhm.
Wayakaria,
Wayakora.
Wayakaraat, At,
Mhm.
Shemawa,
Mhm.
Ar.
Mhm.
Verse 4.
Mhm.
Watahar,
Wataha.
Watahar,
Mhm.
Awad,
Mhm.
Watalad,
Watala.
Watalad,
Mhm.
Ban,
Mhm.
Watakora,
Watakora.
Watakora,
Mhm.
At, Shemawa,
Mhm.
Awanaya,
Awa. Awan. Awanan.
Awanan.
Mhm.
Verse 5.
Watasa.
Watasap, Awad,
Mhm.
Watalad,
Watalad.
Ban,
Mhm.
Watakoraya,
Watakora.
Watakora, At,
Mhm.
Shemawa,
Mhm.
Shala,
Shala.
Shala,
Mhm.
Wahara,
Wayahaya.
Wayahaya,
Bakzaya.
Bazayab, Balataha,
Baladat.
Baladat, Tayu. Verse 6.
That's it.
Hold on. Verse 6, 38, 6. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll pause there. Go back and do the English.
Okay.
37 and 18.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 18 in the English. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him.
So what we're picking up off of from last week is Joseph and his brothers. Joseph had shared a dream with his 11 brothers, and they began to envy him because Joseph was sharing with them a dream where he saw his other brothers and his father in obeisance, under honor and subjection unto him, revering him at the center of attention. And prior to that, it said that Jacob favored Joseph amongst more than his other brothers, and that caused his other brothers to envy and hate him. The Bible said they couldn't even speak peaceably about him. So now they're in a position where they're conspiring against Joseph because of the envy and hatred towards him. Because out of a lack of brotherhood, to be concise. That's what we're picking up off of. Like, go ahead.
Out of verse 19. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. Verse 21. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him.
Like, and this was a coat that Jacob gave to Joseph specifically. because he favored him more than the rest of his brothers. You know, these are our forefathers that we're referencing here in the Bible. The 12 sons of Jacob. The 12 sons make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who today are the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American. So this is the spirit of our forefathers then, and we see this even today in 2024. The way the elaborate lengths that we go to conspire to trap up our own brothers, man. And it comes from the spirit of like a brotherhood and not loving each other as our own. You know what I'm saying? When you see your other brother succeeding, that's a win for you too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see your brother prospering in business, raising, a family, strong young sons and beautiful daughters, raising up his own house. We should be proud of that for our brothers. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't conspire and go to these elaborate lengths to destroy our brother's name and to try to blot him out. You know what I'm saying? But that's the spirit of our people today. This is Israel. We war against our own. We hate our own. We even hate the members of our own tribes. Let this be a lesson, as a story from our Bible, our written record. But this is how the nation of Israel is today, and how it unfolds. You know what I'm saying, but we are here in the I.S.U.P.K to learn the more righteous and excellent ways to help build our nation. Go ahead.
Come out of come. Verse 24. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. Verse 26. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Verse 27. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites, merchant men, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. Verse 30. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and I, whither shall I go? Verse 31. And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of goats, and dipped the coat in the blood. Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, this have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. Verse 33. And he knew not, and said, it is my son's coat.
And he knew it.
And he knew it. And he knew it, and said, it is my son's coat. And evil beasts have devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. Verse 34. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. Verse 35. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. Verse 36. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guards.
Just to emphasize this point, in Jacob's mind, he thoroughly believes that his son is gone. He's one son down, one son short. You know, so put yourself in, just to get you more immersed in the story and in the time and place. You know, Jacob was fully convinced that he has lost his son. He's in a spirit of mourning. Whole time his brothers know the real deal, and they've concealed the truth of his whereabouts. So just wanted to emphasize that. Go ahead.
Come out of Wakhan. This book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 1. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adulamite, whose name was Harah. Verse 2. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. Verse 3. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Verse 4. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. Verse 5. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. Shelah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. Verse 6. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar.
Let's switch readers now. And with that, Majid. Present thy registry.
Officer Isaiah Allah, Bani Yahweh, Bani Yasharala.
Isaiah Allah, Bani Yahweh, Bani Yasharala.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak. La Yasharala.
Everybody in SHALAM, you sit. We got 39 and 1.
38 and verse 7.
Yeah, I'm going to verse.
We're going to go all the way to verse. We're going to finish it at 38:30.
Okay.
Hey, Block it real quick. Give it up to the young officer who was that is no easy feat. That takes, like I said from last week, dedication. You know what I'm saying, and putting in the work to learn your culture, to learn your language. So it's not easy to get up here behind this podium. I just wanted to acknowledge our brother's efforts. Saying it you only get better the more time you put into this truth and put it into practice. So the kingdom does not come by observation. You gotta put in that brick. You gotta show up to class. Go ahead.
All right, verse 7. Time. YAHANNA.
Just 38.
YAHANNA.
Right, so we didn't do verse 6 in Hebrew.
Oh, what's that?
We didn't do verse 6 in Hebrew.
Oh, sorry. So go back one. 38 and 6. All the way to 38 and 30.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 6 in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. La'ar. Bakawawar. Washama. Tamar. Verse 7. YAHANNA. YAHIA, Salaki.
R.
R.
Knuckle.
Buckle War, Yahawada, Ra'ah, Bayanaya, Yahweh, Wamatahar, Wayamathua, Salaki, Yahweh. Verse 8, Wayamor, Yahawada,
One.
Lawan, La'awanan, Ba'a, All, Aisha, Asha, Salagi,
Akika.
Akika,
Wayabum.
Wayabum,
Ata.
Aita,
Wahakwam.
Wahakwam,
Zara.
Zara, Waya,
La.
Salagi,
La Akika.
La'atika,
La Akika. La Akika.
Salagi, Salagi. Awesome. Waya,
La Akika.
Wa'atika,
Guess what? Verse 9.
come on. It's verse 9.
Head.
Wayada,
Our none.
Awanan,
Yeah.
Kaya,
La.
Al'a, Lawa, Ya,
Yeah.
Yahaya,
Azara.
Hazariah, Wayaha, Wahaya, Ba'a, Al, Asha,
Akiwa.
Akiwa, Salakia.
Washakath.
Washakoth,
Akataza.
Ratza,
Labalakia.
Labalakia,
Nathan.
Nathan,
Zara.
Zara,
Akiwa.
La'atiwa, Atiwa, Salaki. Verse 10, Wayara, Bayanaya, Yahweh, Asha, Wayamath, Gam, Atawa, Salaki. Verse 11, Wayamor, Yahweh, Lamatahar, Latamar, Salaki. Kalathua, Shabaya, Shabia, Salaki. Amana, Bayak, Abayak, Aid, Yagadal, Shalah, Banya, Kaya, Amar, Pon, Yamawath, Gum, Hawa'a, Ka'athua, Watalak, Tamar, Watashap, Baya, Abaya. Verse 12, Wayabar, Wayabawa, Hamayu, Hayamayu, Watama, Bat, Shawad, Asha, Yahawad, Wayanaku, Yahawad, Waya'al, All, Go, Gazazaya, Taza Ainawa, Hawa'a, Wakayawa, Wakira, right, Iowa,
Second. Ha'id. Lama.
Ha'id Lama,
Second. Ha'id. Lamaya.
Ha'id Lamaya,
Tamanatha.
Tamanatha. Verse 13. Waya Gadar,
Why God.
Waya God,
Latamor.
Lathamor,
Lama.
La'amor,
Hana.
Hana,
Kamakyik. Second. Kamayak.
Kamayak, Allah,
Manath.
Tamanath,
Lagas.
Lagaz,
Taza Anawa.
Shataza Anawa,
Taza Anawa.
Taza Anawa. So like verse 14. Watashar,
Watasar.
Watasar,
Bagye.
Bagad,
Bagadaya.
Bagadaya,
All mana wath.
Almanawath,
Ma'ai laya.
Ma'ai Lawa,
Malaya.
Malaya,
Bakas.
Watakas,
Bataza Ayap.
Bataza Ayap,
Watala.
Watala,
Watashab.
Watashab,
Bapta.
Bapta,
Ayanayim.
Ayanayam, Ashar, all
The rock.
the rock,
Nath.
Tamnath,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Ra'at.
Ra'at,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Kedar.
Gadal,
Shala.
Shalah,
Wahawa'a.
Wahawa'a,
La'a.
La'a,
Nathna.
Nathna,
Lawa.
Lawa,
La-
Layasha,
Lasha.
Lasha. Verse 15. Wire Raha,
Wayra.
Wire Ra'a, Yahweh, Wire
Wakashba.
Kwashba,
Laza Wana.
Laza Wanda,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Kasta.
Kasta,
Panya.
Panya. Verse 16.
Wayat.
Wayat,
Allah. Sakit. Alaya.
Alaya,
All.
All,
Hadara.
Hydara, Wayamor,
Haba.
Haba,
Na.
Na,
Abu'a.
Aboa,
Alayak.
Alayak,
Kaya.
Kaya,
La'a.
La'a,
Yada.
Yada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
All. Dawa.
Kala, called the what? So like
Kalatwa.
Kalathwa,
Hawa'a.
Hawa'a,
Watamor.
Watamor,
Sakit. Wata Amor.
Wata Amor,
Ma.
Ma,
Tatan.
Tatan,
Laya.
Laya,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Tabawa.
Tabawa,
Sakit. Tabawa'a.
Tabawa'a,
Alaya.
Alaya. Verse 17. Wayamar,
Anakaya.
Anakaya, Ashalah, Gadai,
Gadya.
Gadadu,
Isayam.
Isayam,
Man.
Mom,
Hataza'am.
Hataza
Wata Amor.
Wata Amor,
Tatan.
Tatan,
Agabawam.
Arabawan,
Id.
Id,
Shalaka.
Shalak. Verse 18. Wayamar,
Waya Amor.
Waya Amar, Ma'a,
Ha'arabawan.
Ha'arabawan, Ashar, Athan, Lok, Watamor,
Wata Amor.
Wathamor,
Hatamaka.
Hathamaka,
Wapath. Wapath. Ya Kalak.
Wapatya Kalak,
Wamatka.
Wamatka,
Ashor.
Ashar,
Wayadika.
Wayadika,
Wayatan.
Wayathan, La,
La.
Wayabara,
Wayaba'a.
Wayaba'a, it's like
Nice one. Alayaha.
Alayaha,
Watahar.
Watahar,
Sakit. Watahar.
Watahar,
Loa.
Loa. Verse 19.
Watakwam.
Watakwam,
Watalak.
Watalak,
Watasar.
Watasar,
Taza. Sakit. Tazai Yapa.
Tazayapa.
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 Ma'ailaya.
Ma'ayala.
Watalabash.
Watalabash.
Bagya.
Badga.
Alaman. Wath.
Alamanwa. Verse 20.
Wayashla.
Wayashla. Yahawada. Oth.
Gadia.
Giadia.
Isaiah.
Hazayam.
Bayad.
Bayad.
Ihoa.
Idawa.
Dalamaya.
Dalamaya. Dalamaya is like
Laka.
Lahakwath.
Like Laka.
Lakwakath.
I Rabawan. Second. I Rabawan.
Ra'ai Abawan.
Bayad.
Mayad. Hayasha. Ha'ash.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Mataza'a.
Mataza'a. Verse 21. Wayashal.
Wayasha'al.
Wayasha'al. Oth.
Anashaya.
Anashaya. Makoma.
Lamor.
Lamar. Aya.
Hakodash.
Hakodash.
Hawa'a. Yanaya.
Ba'ayanaya. All. Hadara. Wayamara. Wayamor. Waya Amarwa. La.
Hayat.
Baza.
Kodash.
Verse 22.
Wayashab.
All. Yahawada. Wayamar. Wayamar. La. So like La.
Mataza'at.
Wakam. Anashia.
Hamakwam.
Hamakwam. Amaru. Lo. Hayat. Baza. Kodash. Verse 23. Wayamar. Wayamar. Howard. Kwa. La. Pun. Naya. Nahaya. Labawaz. Hanakwa. Hana. Shalakathia. Hakadaya. Kaza. Wa'ath. La'a. Mataza'at. Verse 24. Wayahai. Wayahayim. Kamashlash.
Kadashim.
Hadashim. Wayagad. Layahawad. Layamor. Lamor. Zanataya. Zanatha. Tamar. Kalataka. Wagom. Hanath. Hara. La Nazawayam. Wayamar. Yahawad. Hawataza Ya'aw. Watashara. Verse 25. Hayat. Hawa'a. Mawataza. Wahaya'a. Shalawak. Salawak.
No, Shawak.
Shawat. Hama'ayim. Lamar.
Lamor.
Lamar. La'ash.
Lalash.
Lalash. Ashar.
Allah.
Allah.
Noah.
Lawar. Nakai.
Noah.
Hara.
Watamor.
Watamor.
Akar.
Hakar. Na'a.
Lamayim.
Lamayim.
Klas. Tama.
Hatama.
Dayo.
Wahab. Tamarim.
Dayo.
Dayarim.
Wahamta.
Wahamta.
Ha'ala.
Ha'ala. Verse 26. Wayakar. Yahawah. Wayamar.
Tazadak.
Sorry.
Tazadak.
Tazadak.
Mamnaya.
Mamnua.
Mamnaya.
Mamnaya.
Kaya.
Kaya. Ka'an.
Kan.
Kan.
La.
La'a.
Nath. Daya.
Lataya.
Lashala.
Lashala.
Benaya.
Benaya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a. Yes. Yeshabim.
Yisap.
Yesap.
Iwad.
Awad.
Lada'ai.
Ladai. Verse 27. Wayahai. Wahayim.
Bara'ai.
Wahayim. Ba.
Sakba'ai.
Ba'aith.
Ladath.
Ladath.
Wahana.
Wahanan. Tayammo.
Ta'awa. Ta'awama. Ta'amayim.
Tayamayim.
Ta'awamayim.
Tayawamayim.
Batna.
Batna. Verse 28. Wayahai.
Baladath.
Baladath. Wayathan. Yad.
Watakwa.
Hamaya.
Hamayaladath.
Hamaya Ladath.
Watakushaw.
Watakushar.
Yadawa.
Yadawa.
It's like a Yadawa.
Yadawa.
Shania.
Shania.
It's like Shania.
Shanya.
Lamar.
Lamar.
Zah.
Zah.
Yataza'ah.
Yatazah.
Ra'ashna.
Ashna. Verse 29. Wayahai. Wayahaya.
Kamash.
Kamashish Shab.
Kamashayab.
Kamashayab. Yadal.
Yadu.
Yadu.
Wahana.
Wahamad.
Yataza'ah. Atu.
Apu. Watamor. Ma. Parataza.
Idiyaka.
Parataza. Wayakura.
Yeah. Shemawa.
Parataza. Verse 30. Wayadahar.
Wahar.
Yataza'ah.
Atu.
Ashar.
Yadu.
Hashaniah. Wayakura. Shemua. Zara. Sa.
The Messiah Christ. Reread it in the English.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 6 in the English. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother.
1 second. So, as we're reading this, we just read about Joseph being sold to the Egyptians by his brothers. This is like I said, this is the history of Israel, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you almost gotta read it almost like a movie script, because now the focus is no longer on Joseph at the moment. Now we're looking at Judah, our forefather of the so-called Negroes today. This is his story right now. So switch scenes. Now the focus is on Judah and his works as they are recorded in the book of Genesis, chapter 38. So I just want to set the tone for the next phase, I guess, the next part of the storyline that we're reading. Go ahead.
Come on, one come. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So what Onan was doing here was showing the disgusting lack of brotherhood. You know, he was supposed to carry on seed in his brother's passing. You know, his brother didn't have any children, so his responsibility is to pass that on, to keep his brother's lineage, to continue after him. But out of a place of selfishness, laziness, who knows, he didn't want to fulfill his obligation to be a brother to his brother, a brother to his nation, and he wanted to forego that and let his seed pass on the ground, which is brutal and disgusting, you know, as it is written. But Onan did not show brotherhood, and there's a consequence for that. Go ahead.
And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 11, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house, till Shalom my son be grown. For he said, lest per adventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house.
So Tamar went and dwelt in her own father's house, you know, because the next brother to take place of Onan, who the Lord slew, would be Shelah. Shelah was too young at the moment, so she's going to go tarry and spend time in her own father's house. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went up into his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Harah the Adullamite. Verse 13. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garment off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife.
So Tamar was on a mission. You know, so Tamar, like every woman in the world, should want to have an Adawan, a man, a husband, to rule over her. So she wanted to get what was naturally supposed to be for a woman to have a husband. So, you know, just to expand on this, you know, a woman should not be so much admired for her beauty or her looks, but her mind. You know, so where are her priorities? She focused on building up her bag, being a career woman, being an independent, strong woman, or is she more concerned about nation building, finding a husband, bearing children, you know, maintaining a house? So Tamar, she was on a mission, and she saw fit to, by means of what she did, what she's going to do, to make sure she wants to secure a husband. So what she's doing, you know, it may be kind of slick, but like I said, we got to admire the minds of these women and analyze and examine where their priorities are. You know, go ahead.
Verse 15. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. Verse 16. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? Verse 17. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelets and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it unto her. And he gave it to her. And he gave it her. and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. Verse 19, and she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend, the Adamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in his place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in his place. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told, Judah saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt.
Judah doesn't know at all that Tamar, that he has conceived and had a child with Tamar, his daughter-in-law. So he thinks this is just some harlot, some girl on the streets, prostitute, being shameless with her whoredom. It's an understood thing, just like now, even in the days past, like they say, prostitution is the oldest profession. But these women out here were showing whoredom or expressing whoredom. But Tamar was a lot more, I guess, crafty. She was on a mission, like I said. She kept her face hidden. She knew what she was doing. And not to say that she was trying to trap Judah, but she was on a mission to get a husband. So that was the next phase in her womanhood: find a husband, have a child, maintain the household. But as of right now, Judah thinks that this is just a harlot, or his daughter-in-law has become a harlot, is the child, and his, by natural law, he wants her to be put to death, burnt. Go ahead, come.
Call out on one con, verse 25. When she was brought forward, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man, whose these am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet and bracelet and staff?
All right. So, where we at, 25?
Come, verse. Let me read on.
Good, one more time.
Come on, come. Verse 26. And Judah acknowledged him and said, she hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to SHALAM my son, and he knew her again no more.
See, so Judah acknowledged her, her righteousness, her planning, and she did it so beautifully, so immaculately. She knew what she was doing, and exposed Judah for what he thought was a secret, what he thought nobody would know, and whatever's done in the dark comes to light.
Right.
So he had to acknowledge that what she did was righteous, and she wasn't a whore. She knew what she was doing the whole time. Go ahead.
Verse 27. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first.
So she's here giving birth to twins. Of course, two babies can be born at the exact same time. One of them has to come out first. Firstborn came out. The midwife took the hand of the firstborn baby to come out the womb, and she tied a scarlet thread around him. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out, and she said, how hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez.
So the first baby that comes out the womb is the firstborn. That's going to be the one who's going to get the blessing from the father. The one's going to carry on the name and the honor of the father. So, but the first one didn't come out. The second one came out first. And that just kind of shows the spirit of Judah. Sometimes we compete amongst ourselves, and basically when the second child came out, they were like who's this nigga? Who do you think you are coming out first? You know what I'm saying? But this is just like I said. This is the timeline. This is a short story, as you can call it. But the focus now in Genesis 38 is the timeline of Judah. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah.
All right, with that,
What do we end up with?
38, 30.
38, 30.
The last verse, chapter 38.
It's just 38, 30. Okay. Gonna end up with the Lord first. Everybody imagine stand.
But
Do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Samayim.
Badash.
I.S.U.P.K.
YAHANNA.
I.S.U.P.K.
Kawa.
Ayat. Bashamayim. Lakam. Call. Yawam.
Wasalakina.
Kawatina.
Kasalakina.
Abawakina.
Wala'a.
Tabayayina.
Wanasayawan.
Ball.
Shayna.
Mayan. Rod.
Right.
Ka. Amalakwa.
Walakwa.
Wala.
Allah.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Aramim.
Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father.
which art in heaven,
Hallowed
be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. The kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth as it is in heaven.
In earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation. But deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
To it back in the order. No, sure. Gonna line up, do the tour.
Yes, sir. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahbashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah. Yahbashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahbashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah. Yahbashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Hold on. It's there. It's on we get? It's on we get?
124.
That's it?
1 hour and 24 minutes.
All right, with that, y'all conclude this week's Sabbath service. Like a